Hello again, everybody. It's Scott Casper, Takedown
Coming in clear?
Wrestling. We continue our coverage of the sport. This time we go to Colorado Springs in the Olympic Training Center there, and joining us today, jumping into the Nike hot seat, a man that's been off the scene now for a little over a year, the 25-year-old former Harvey Twister out of the great state of Illinois, now making his home in Ann Arbor, Michigan. BJ Futrell. It's back to the Futrell. Are you kidding me? BJ, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's back to the Futrell. Pardon my hair again. I'm back. What's up? What's going on, Scott?
Hey, buddy. And I'm going to apologize to our viewers out there. Maybe perhaps look at the T-shirt, take a good look at it, because we're going to tell you all about him here in a while. The video quality may be a bit poor due to the connections out at the Springs, but we're going to give you all we can and talk about the life and the career and the future of BJ Futrell. BJ, first of all, welcome back, dude. It's been a while, and we've all been a little concerned about your absence. Tell everybody about what happened that July 9th at the World Championships. You were wrestling a Russian.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. It's good to be back. I'm excited. I was wrestling in the University World Championships. I was in the semifinals. I was wrestling against a Russian. It was a great match. I was up 2-0. He shot. I took a reshot, and I just felt a huge explosion in my knee. And from that point on, I knew something big had happened. I didn't know exactly what, but I continued on, finished the match. I ended up pinning him. And I knew something was still wrong, but I trained my entire life to wrestle in the World Championship. So I didn't want to let anything stand in my way of me accomplishing my dream of being a world champ. So I wrestled in the finals despite the pain, despite the injury. Came up a little bit short, but so when we got back to the States, I got an MRI and everything on my knee, and I found out I tore my ACL, my MCL, and my meniscus. So it was a pretty significant injury, and I had surgery, a couple surgeries, and a lot of rehab, and now I'm back. So I'm excited, hungry.
The hardest part for a
It's been
guy
a
like
journey.
you,
It's been a journey.
and the hardest part for a guy like you who's been so active his entire life, not only in the sport, but just the way you live your life, has got to be the inactivity, waiting to heal. Was that the greatest challenge for you?
Yeah, it was a lot of challenges with it, to be honest. I mean, I was on crutches for 12 weeks, which was a huge challenge in itself. But even more than the inactivity, I've been wrestling since I was 5, so I've always been just extremely active, wrestling year round. But I would say more than the physical, even though the pain was something I couldn't even begin to describe to you and something I would never wish on anybody, I would say the biggest battle was mentally. Just staying positive, staying in the right place. And luckily, I was blessed to be able to have my family there to be a huge support system for me, because I was completely dependent on my mom and dad. My family was there to help support me in that time, and keep me uplifted. So I would say the mental battle, the mental hurdles that I had to overcome, that was the toughest part about everything.
Isn't that what family's for, though? I mean, we rely on them, we lean on them, they lean on us. It's a back and forth. It's a give and take, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And then, of course, my faith in God. You know, faith doesn't make things easy, but it makes things possible. And this process and this journey that I've been on, it hasn't been easy, but I'm here. You know, despite the trials, despite the tribulation, despite the adversity, I'm back. So I'm excited.
At the University World Championships, you were at 61 kilos, if memory serves, yeah?
Correct. I
Okay, so
was.
now a little bit older, a little bit wiser, 65 kilos to recognized weight. Is that your goal? Is that your opportunity?
Yeah, that's the goal. You know, unfortunately, it's only 6 Olympic weight classes, and 61 happened to be one of those weight classes that was a non-Olympic weight. But you know, to be the best, to be a champion, all the greats, you make adjustments. You make it's another obstacle, but I don't think it's gonna be any problem moving up a weight class and competing with those guys and jumping right in there in contention to make the Olympic team. And then I don't just want to make the team. I want to win a gold medal. So
If my research is correct, you were as high as number 2 at 61 kilos. How do you see yourself now, given the talent at 65?
65 is deep. I mean, you can say it's up there with 74 kilos. It's a deep weight class. I mean, you talk about wrestling and setting your goals high. I mean, 1% of 1% of 1% guys ever be an Olympian. Then it's an even smaller fraction of that to be an Olympic gold medalist. But I mean, I signed up for greatness. This is adversity and everything that comes with it. So I think I fare very well. I feel like I'm the best in the world. Working with the guys in Michigan and now adding in strength and conditioning with Burroughs Methods and Mike Burroughs. I'm stronger than I've ever been before. I'm more athletic with the base wrestling system. I know the positions better, and I'm excited. You know, this is the best I've ever been, and when I come back, I'll be better than I've ever been. I'm gonna have to because I mean, like you said, the weight class is deep. You know, it's no slouches at 65. So we're gonna have whoever it is that comes out of it is gonna be a great representative for the country.
Before we get to a few obvious and fun things, I got to ask you how you ended up in Ann Arbor and your relationship with the guys up in Ann Arbor, including the mullet-haired wonder, Jake Herbert.
Yeah, so I mean, after I finished my college career, I finished my career at Illinois. You know, I had a great time there. I love Champaign. I love all the coaches there. You know, we had good times, good relationships, and I finished up my master's degree. And I just wanted to put myself in the best position to be able to accomplish my goals. You know, and I really leaning on my faith. I feel like in order to grow, not only as an athlete but as a person, you got to put yourself sometimes in situations that are a little bit uncomfortable, you know, and but also a great situation. So I looked at my options. I took some visits, and I felt like Ann Arbor was the place for me. And I feel like it's been a great decision so far. You know, I got some of the best training partners in the country with Jimmy Kennedy, Kellen Russell, Brandon Priest, and Josh Herbert, and then our coaches Andy Rovat, Sean Burnett. It's a great training situation, and Jake is always he's always a joy to be around. He has a lot of energy, and I'm hoping some of the magic from his mullet rubs off on me, you know, in this upcoming Olympic year. He's been my roommate, him and Andy.
Oh boy.
So if I can't learn anything from two Olympians, then in that entire year, then something's wrong on my part.
Which one snores the loudest?
I'm not sure. That's a toss-up. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not pointing any fingers.
I got to believe you're a quiet sleeper, where they are restless and probably running sprints in their sleep. But that's just a guess. So we're talking with B.J. Futrell.
Jake's a ninja. I'm not sure if he sleeps or not.
There's no evidence of that. Cliff Keene Athletic is proud to present back to the Futrell, B.J. Futrell, that is, as he seeks to reinsert himself into the hunt, this time at 65 kilos. He's our guest, live from Colorado Springs today. And B.J., there was a video posted. We saw it on Facebook. You and I talked about it. It's a rope climbing contest, and you're wearing a Double Leg Ninja T-shirt. Then all of a sudden, T-shirt gone. You get on that rope, and you climb the bad boy. I mean, in nice style. Can you describe the style of how you're climbing the rope? Because it's not normal.
Yeah, if you guys want to go and check it out, you can check out my Instagram or my Twitter, Wrestling W Faith. So you can just follow me there, and you guys can check it out. But yeah, I mean, rope climbing it's a great training exercise, especially for wrestling. When your grip is so important and your upper body strength is important too. But I've always been really good at pull-ups, really good at climbing ropes. It was something I did a lot of in college, and I just progressed and gotten better and better and kind of perfected it. And I feel like I'm the world champ right now. I just claimed the title here at the training center. We had a little competition, and me and Reese Humphrey squared off, and I came out on top. So right now I got the belt, and anybody that wants to shot the title, you know, it's open. So
and the title, I mean, that's it. You and Jordan Burroughs held a press conference with regard to the rope climb championship, and so far, as you said, all I'm hearing are excuses. Where is Jordan Burroughs in on this competition? You said that, by the way. I didn't say it. You said that.
We had the press conference. You know, we thought it was going to happen, but I think he said like I was too strong, too fast, too good looking or something. But the match didn't happen. But I got all the respect in the world for Jordan Burroughs. You know, he's been a great champion and a great example, not only on the mat but off the mat for wrestlers and a lot of youth wrestlers coming up. So hope maybe one day we'll get me and Jordan to get square off, but until then, I got the belt. So if he wants a shot at the title, he can come and get it.
We're talking with a young man that we've known for an awfully long time. I'm looking at a picture of you wrestling back in the day. It's on your Facebook, and a former Harvey Twister, an alum, if you will. And I think it goes back to 1999.
Yeah.
And you're sporting some red shoes, a red singlet, red headgear, black knee pads, but absolutely cranking on the kid you're wrestling. I don't even know who that is because you can't tell other than he's in trouble.
Yeah, the Harvey Twisters, man. People, we used to walk in the gyms and people used to fear that red and white all over the country. I think it's the greatest kids club in the country, and it's got one of the greatest coaches ever in the sport, Coach Control Harrell. So he's been a huge instrumental part of my career, and not only mine, but a lot of guys that had a lot of success at a high level, including Joe Williams, T.J. Williams, Tony Davis. Guys of that caliber. T.C. Danzler, another Olympian, guys of that caliber. So he's a huge blessing, and he's impacted a lot of guys' lives for the better.
You've been getting a lot of encouragement from the wrestling community across the country and in helping you to support your Olympic journey and your Olympic dreams. What does that mean to you, the family, the kids that are reaching out? As you said, the baby mamas, the babysitters. The coworkers. Talk to me. What's that kind of support mean to you?
I mean, it's huge because it's hard. Like I said, mentally it's a tough battle. But if you can get a comment or a like or on a picture that can kind of when you're in those tough phases of training or you're feeling down or you're out for an entire year like I was, if you can get an email from somebody, that all that support, it doesn't go unnoticed on my end, and I definitely appreciate it all. And like I said, without my family, I wouldn't be here right now, sitting in front of you, getting ready to make another run at making the Olympic team and bringing home a medal to the U.S. So it's been huge. I can't thank God enough for just a strong support system that He's blessed me with. My parents, we're a family, we're Team Futrell, and. Like when I go through struggles, when I go through pain, when I go through hurt, I know I'm not going through it alone. My family feels the same struggle, the same pain. But on the reverse thing, when I'm up, when I'm winning, I know I'm not in there alone. They're right there celebrating and encouraging me. Nobody in the country, nobody in the world prays more for me than my mom. And she's always just lifting me up in prayer, and she's an awesome woman. My connection with my fans is huge. I appreciate all the encouragement and support that everyone gives me. It's definitely helpful in those times of struggle like I talked about, and like this past year when I've been off the mat. And it's definitely a huge encouragement. So every time I try to make an effort to keep the fans updated with what's going on with the Back to the Futrell movement and what's going on with my training and some of my personal life too. So it's a huge benefit. And if they go online and order a Back to the Futrell T-shirt, it's guaranteed to make you a better athlete and help you get up those ropes faster if you guys want to be a rope champ.
Yeah,
rope climbing champ. So
I guarantee you send me a box of those shirts, I'll never be able to climb a rope. Okay, that's guaranteed on my part. If you're watching a movie, what are you watching?
If I'm watching a movie, what am I watching?
And don't tell me Home Alone.
No, one of my favorite, Gladiator. It's one of my favorite movies. I like the part when he's going into the arena and he's rubbing his hands together. So if you guys, I think I'm gonna add that to my pre-match ritual. So every time I walk on the mat, I'm savoring the moment and getting ready to go to battle. So if you guys see me do that before a match, that's where it comes from.
All right. And then, of course, I'm sure you're all over Sports Center, but what do you do for fun besides going out for sushi?
What I do for fun? Sushi in Colorado Springs we had last Sunday night. It was really good. What I do for fun? A lot of people don't know this. I'm a really good bowler. I'm an avid bowler. I was in a league actually this past fall, and I enjoy bowling. So I think I got the rope climbing title. If anybody wants to challenge me for the bowling title, we can set something up for that too. I'm a competitor, Scott.
Yes, I
I've
know
been
you
up to
are.
that for a while. I like to compete, so I'm just trying to
J-
compete any way I can nowadays.
One of the greatest coaches in the history of sport is John Wooden. And John said repetition is the most important law of learning. In the sport of wrestling, there's not that many moves, but to perfect them,
Mhm.
there's a whole lot of repetition involved. Yes or no?
Yeah, it takes a lifetime. It takes a lot of time to spend in those positions and to learn everything you can do, offensively, defensively, and to perfect those positions. Like you said, it's not a lot of moves. The number one takedown in the Olympic Games is a single leg, and so if you know a single leg, you can be successful. You just gotta be able to score from when you get there, and then be able to defend too. So. Yeah.
You and your sisters have enjoyed the company of two very loving people, your mother and father, after celebrating 35 years here
Yeah.
earlier in the month. I got to ask you, dude, will you ever be able to look as good as your dad does in a hat?
I don't know, man. That's a tough question. My dad he's a smooth cat. Like he looks cooler than a peppermint a lot of the times. He knows how to dress, and if I get it from anybody, I get it from him. So I try to follow suit and look presentable, look suit and tie fresh as well. But I'm taking notes from him. He's still cool schooling me on the shoe, everything from shoes to the three-piece suit to everything. So he's the man. He's the man. He's got style.
BJ, it's always good to talk to you. Give them one more shot, dude. Where do they get the shirt? Where do they find you on various social media platforms? Your turn to hit it.
All right. Thanks. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this broadcast and this interview. Like you said, my name is BJ Futrell, and you at Wrestling W Faith, Wrestling with Faith. And it's a link on my Twitter and Instagram to get the shirt. You can get it on cliffkeen.com. It's Back to the Fruit Trail, a spinoff Back to the Future, but I'm back on the mat. So I'm ready to win, and I'm ready to represent the U.S. in the Olympic Games. So thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate the support.
As a person, you're not going to find a better guy. He is an absolute joy to have as a representative of this sport. You ever get a chance to take and watch him in a clinic setting, you're going to learn something. BJ Futrell has been our guest live from the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. Cliff Keen Athletic presents Back to the Futrell. How about that? He's been in the Nike hot seat today, and I think he's enjoyed his time there. BJ, thank you, bud. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. It's always a pleasure.